terror. Natural and industrial disasters, climate changes, political, economic crisis, demographic crisis. The world is fragile and too changeable, and we often do not keep up with these changes.
Ми ще не встигли загуглити слова Ухань і вірус, а COVID-19 уже захопив планету. На жаль, нові загрози не будуть вічливо чекати, поки людство впорається зі старими.
To meet these modern challenges, the Summit of First Ladies and Gentlemen was launched 2 years ago. The summit became an effective platform for the exchange of thoughts and ideas. But reality threw us a new challenge. Russia invaded us with a full-scale war.
Війна не зламала Україну і не зламає, не зупинила життя в нашій державі і не зупинить.
The theme of the human dimension of the post-war reconstruction of Ukraine became a cornerstone for the second summit. Among the guests, offline and online, are first ladies and gentlemen from 23 countries, world celebrities, actors, athletes who have supported Ukraine since the first days of the war. This year, the heart of the world beats again in Ukraine. In the shrine of Sofia Kyivska, we are together in an even wider circle, given the current agenda in focus. We also maintain the continuity of discussions, because no post-war recovery is possible without mental healing.
Nepaprastai sunku kalbėti apie psichinę sveikatą karo Ukrainoje kontekste, nes
I cannot imagine the trauma of those who have had to dig with their bare hands through the rubble of their homes, the trauma of soldiers at the front, the trauma of children robbed of their childhood.
Meanwhile, mental health is a global challenge. The whole world lived for years in a great race of achievements, despite the price it paid.
The importance of mental health, the topic for today's summit, cannot be understated.
Padecer ansiedad, depresión o estrés no son condiciones normales para una persona sana.
Zwiększył się i nadal będzie się zwiększać procent zaburzeń psychicznych.
It is estimated that up to 20% of the population of children and adolescents are affected by mental disorders.
Gönül mabetlerini dinginliğe kavuşturmak için sanatla, sporla, kültürle doldurmak gerektiği konusunda hemfikiriz.
1 in every 6 children globally is growing up in a conflict zone.
Conflicts and war severely affect the mental health and well-being of people.
My thoughts are with those who have been suffering as well as those who have been supporting those individuals.
Mental health matters. It matters not just individually, but also collectively.
The battle for mental health is a critical challenge. We must make sure these challenges don't spiral into a silent epidemic that lasts generations.
It's very important to speak about the mental health, especially now, but to speak is not enough. We need to act.
We need to break stereotypes and create an environment where mental health care is widely accepted.
It is critical that we share the expertise, knowledge, skill, and experience that we have gained with each other.
It is important to recognize that mental disorders are both common and treatable.
Mental health is an essential part of health and must not be neglected.
A wound that is hidden heals slowly and with difficulty. And therefore, just one word: communication.
Discussing, exchanging ideas and good practices, and protecting mental health is an investment in our people, our economies, and our future.
Government and non-governmental organizations
have conducted awareness campaigns to reduce the stigma.
By prioritizing and talking about mental health, we can ensure that our nations and people are equipped to cope, withstand, and be resilient in the face of such challenges.
Sports stars, well-known media figures across society are saying, look, let's talk openly about mental health, showing that this is a topic that can affect anyone. And that's really breaking down barriers.
Básico, não muito no tanho de arte, não te esquece, promondian, respirem.
Duševní zdraví je pro mě především harmonie a pocit pohody.
This is a condition where every one of us supported and good relationships at home, in school, at work, in the community.
We have the responsibility to do everything we can to ensure a sustainable and livable future for the generations to come.
Пані та панове, зустрічайте ведуча.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the host of the summit, Hanna Homanai. Greetings, dear ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants, guests, viewers. The third, ladies and gentlemen, is gathering us for the third time. Currently, our summit, as well as our world, is facing immense trials and tribulations. And these events, these trials and tribulations, present us with the task of survival and adaptation. These challenges harden our resilience, but at the same time, these crises expose our invisible fragility that we call mental health. Our today's summit, the summit of First Ladies and Gentlemen, will grow into an amazing platform for the exchange of useful thoughts, ideas, and experiences. And our conversation will give impetus to a deeper understanding of the importance of mental health. So what is awaiting us during this summit? We will be exposed to a number of panel discussions involving worldwide celebrities, international experts, heads of states, heads of the global organizations, and of course, first ladies and gentlemen of the world. Here we have today the First Lady of Lithuania, Diana Nausėdienė. Greetings. Also the First Lady of Estonia, Sirje Karis. It's a delight of ours to welcome you. The First Lady of the Czech Republic, Eva Pavlova. Thank you very much for being with us today. Also, the First Lady of Serbia, Tamara Vučić. Welcome the spouse of Armenia's Prime Minister, Anna Akopan. We are delighted to welcome and introduce Dr. Ales Musar, the First Gentleman of Slovenia. And next to him, you can see the husband of the Prime Minister of Denmark, Bo Tenberg, as well as the partner of the President of Slovakia, Juraj Rizman. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. We want to extend our immense gratitude from the bottom of our hearts for your showcase of courage, for visiting Ukraine in these dire straits, because you can feel firsthand what it's like to be in Ukraine in times of war. Also, we have a panoply of first ladies and gentlemen who joined us online and those who sent us their addresses overflowing with words of concern and sincerity. We also have a number of surprises for you during the summit. We will have it all: frank confessions, incredible stories, movie premieres, eye-opening research findings, and unexpected life hacks. And also the visit of an honored guest, a star who makes you cry and laugh at the same time. He's a good friend of Ukraine and the entire globe. I'm pretty much sure that most of you have already guessed who I'm talking about. I also want to note that on the premises of Sofia Kievska, we have a satellite summit involving health ministers from several countries, and among other topics, the topic of mental health is the centerpiece of this discussion. But you will hear more from my colleague, Timur Miroshnichenko. He's working on mental stage right now. Timur, how are you doing? Greetings, everyone. How am I? I think it's a classical question for all of us Ukrainians in the past 1.5 years. It's even 1 year, 9 months. But like everyone, I am holding out despite a sleepless night owing to we know who. Despite it all, I continue acting, dreaming, planning, moving forward. And I'm also very comforted that today, finally, we can have a frank and sincere conversation about things that we are concerned about and things that we are hurting about. So here at the mental stage, we will have several attractions and discussion panels, and the first one will be devoted to the International Medical Partnership. This meeting intends to launch a large-scale, world-class project. We will also have another discussion called Art and Mental Health. This discussion will comprise poets, writers, photographers, actors and directors, both Ukrainian and Hollywood, and we will also have a number of Oscar winners. I really hope that you are intrigued and in suspense right now, so stay with us and wait for all these attractions. We will also have podcasts and useful lectures. We will engage in music making and meditation. It will definitely be insightful and stimulating. This is something I can guarantee. Thank you, Timur. We are looking forward to your broadcasting. It looks like everyone is ready, so let's embark on this journey. In a moment, we will meet the founder of the summit, the First Lady of Ukraine, on this stage.
Що таке ментальне здоров'я?
What is mental health? I like the formula suggested by the WHO, which everyone can tailor to themselves. Can we overcome daily stresses, cooperate? Hello, my name is Olena Zelenska. I'm the First Lady of Ukraine. In Ukraine, all of these issues and questions can be expressed in just one brief question. How are you? How are you there? Over 90% of Ukrainians during the time of the Russian invasions have been suffering from anxiety syndrome. Answering the question, who are you? They cannot say back, I'm okay. This is why a year ago we launched an all-Ukrainian program of mental health to help and assist those Ukrainians, and at the same time to overcome the social stigma of psychological and mental problems. We prove pain is not something to be ashamed of or embarrassed, but instead you have to look for support properly. None in Ukraine has any doubts that we will go through all of these trials and tribulations.
На запитання «ти як?» ми хочемо чесно відповідати «ми добре». І бажаємо цього всім нашим друзям.